Hi everyone, my name is Will. Thank you for tuning in to my channel today. Happy 2023. Today is January 5th, 2023. It's been about 5 or 6 days since I've made a video. I needed some time to process a lot of changes that are going on right now in my life. And sorry to leave you guys hanging, but I needed to process that, so this way I could actually bring the best version of myself to you guys for this reading today. So let's get started. And as always, I do not consent to any archon, reptilian, demonic, or negative attachments. I only accept light and love in this space. And I would like to call on Archangel Michael's white light of protection during this reading. And I would like to ask Spirit, what are the energies for today, January 5th, 2023? What are the collective energies we need to be aware of? What kind of energies are out there today, January 5th, 2023? All right. We have the Six of Pentacles being blocked by the Moon. We have the Seven of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Hierophant, the Four of Cups, the Six of Swords, Page of Wands, and Knight of Cups. And the underlying energy for the entire spread is the Two of Pentacles, and we have some clarifiers. All right, so give me a second to kind of sit with these cards and feel what message these cards are trying to send today. What message Spirit has for us today. Okay, so I feel like we are coming out of this energy of giving and receiving, because we've come out of the holiday season. I really think that is what the it is 6. Gosh, I am tired. The Six of Pentacles is all about. And I think right now we are maybe a little bit exhausted from all that energy. And it may not even have to do with the gift giving. It may just be giving that extra energy to like a job, to a relationship over the last few weeks or a few months. I feel like we are a little tired of that. We're getting exhausted by that energy. Because if it's not a balanced relationship, if we're just giving, and we're not receiving anything in return, then that's a very one-sided relationship, and it doesn't matter if that's in your personal life, that's in your work life, if that has to do with your own personal inner spiritual life. If you are giving more than you're receiving, then that is off balance. And I feel like the balance I feel like it's going to take going inside and looking at those shadows, looking at those aspects of ourselves that we really don't want to at the end of the day. Like, we would rather not let those aspects of ourselves come to light, you know, see the light of the sun. That's why it's the moon card. That is aspects of ourselves that we would rather the world not really see. You know, it may be because we're not proud of it. Maybe it's because there's guilt or shame associated with it. It may have to do with cultural pressures. But something is blocking that the giving and receiving. It is causing you to only be giving and not receiving anything. So you're giving more than you're receiving. And I really think Spirit wants you to go inside. Wants you to go inside to see what exactly is causing this imbalance. You may not be too excited about doing this. You may know that you need to, but you may not be too excited. The Seven of Pentacles, you see there's that gigantic bush, you know, that he's waiting for it to bear fruit. But he's waiting. He's not really excited about waiting, but he's standing there and he's staring at it. But like the old saying, a watch pot never boils. It's true. So if you're expecting there to be a change without you making a change first, and that would be going within to figure out why there is this imbalance, then you're gonna be waiting a long time, because a watch pot never boils. And if you're refusing to go inside in order to figure out what's going wrong, or what's not working in your life, then you're going to be waiting a long time. And eventually the universe, as supportive as the universe is, if it's not getting action from you, it'll go from a nudge to a push to a shove. So just FYI, if you think you can outweigh the universe is going to win. It is very supportive, and at the end of the day, it only wants what's best for you, and it knows what's best for you is to face these shadows that you're avoiding, that are causing this imbalance in your life. So yeah, just keep that in mind. The universe is very supportive. It only wants what's best for you, what's for your ultimate good. But it'll start with a nudge till it has to push, and then finally it will shove. So just FYI, if you think you can outweigh the universe. And I think this has to do with some new energy, some new action that's going on around you. I feel like this is going to require action. Not only the action of going inside, but maybe changing some things outside of yourself. So I'm just going to throw this example out there. If you're trying to lose weight, okay, which seems to be what everyone tries to do at the beginning of the year, tries to lose weight, tries to get fit, tries to, maybe gain muscle. If you're trying to get buff, if you're trying to get, bulked up, going, headed into swimsuit season, maybe it's not only going to require a change of a change in your thought pattern, in how you process feelings, emotion, how you're just processing information. Maybe, for example, after you have a really hard day at work, really long day, it doesn't even have to be hard. You come home, you have a beer. No problem. Maybe it's going to require you to maybe look at a lower calorie beer, a light beer. Maybe instead of having a couple beers when you get home, one beer. It's those little steps. It's changing how you're processing. Maybe instead of having 3 beers, maybe just having 1 beer, and maybe incorporating a better self-care practice, such as meditating, such as doing yoga, such as doing breathing exercises, reading a book. Because we do live in a society that is very much, oh, you feel this way? Here, take this. Oh, you feel that way? Oh, you shouldn't feel that way. Take this. And that mindset is like a virus and will spread to all parts of your life. So you think that everything, every emotion that you're feeling, that you shouldn't feel that, and you will go and take a pill, whatever that pill is. It could be, a beer. It could be an actual pill. It could be online shopping. It could be, what have you, to distract from that emotion, to stop that emotion from manifesting. But a lot of times, if we sit with that emotion, if we really look at that emotion, if we go within, even when we don't really want to, even if we're not really excited about doing it, that's what's going to be healthy. And then from doing that, from changing that way of thinking, that then changes into action. So I do feel like it's going to be going within. It's going to be changing how you're thinking, but also incorporating some new action around that change of thought and that going within. But I do feel like that ultimately it's going to work out for your good. I really think that you're going to be experiencing a lot of spiritual growth with doing this. Because maybe it's just simply cutting back on the amount of alcohol that you're intaking. So this way you can, lose that weight, you can bulk up to be, but it's going to reflect in your spiritual, it's going to reflect in spiritual growth, because you're going to be going within. You're going to be going within. You're going to be sitting with those feelings. And guess what? If you're willing to sit with those feelings, over something that at the end of the day, it's not a big, important thing, but it is something that you're wanting to attain. It is a goal that you're setting for yourself, to get buff, to get fit for swimsuit season, for going into the summer. But if you're willing to do that, then imagine how much easier it'll be for you if you get hit with a tower moment. If you get hit with an ending of a new cycle, an ending of an old cycle and a beginning of a new one, you know, a death card in your life. Imagine if you're able to take that same concept that you use to get ready for swimsuit season for something as important as that tower moment in your life. You know, say you lost your job, say your, 5-year relationship broke up, say your marriage ended, say you lost, say you lost your family in a horrible car accident. And I am not saying that, but I am not, that is just an example, but, think about that. Think about how you would have to process something as horrific as that. It's going to take going within. It's going to take sitting with those emotions. It's going to take a lot of spiritual growth. And that is what I feel like you going within and sitting with those emotions and taking that action over whatever imbalance this is in your life, that you're not really excited about going within to deal with. Imagine how you would be able to process something like that, how much better you would get through that whole situation if you're able to go through it now with something really, at the end of the day, very insignificant, as getting ready for swimsuit season. That's just an example. Yeah, I feel like you're really not happy in the situation that you're in right now. Like, your perspective and your subconscious, you're just not very happy with where you are. Something's off. Something is missing. Something is missing, okay? And the universe is giving you that opportunity to figure out what is not working, why you're feeling this way, what the root of the actual problem is. And it's interesting, this card comes up. It's come up within the last few readings, I have to say. But it may take you stepping away from the situation, okay? Whatever situation you're in right now, it may take stepping away, leaving that situation, even just for a little bit, to give yourself the time, okay, to go within. Because if you look, he has a rake in his hand and he's leaning on the rake and he's watching. So that means he has been doing work or is doing work while he's waiting for this bush to bear fruit. And he doesn't look too happy about having to wait either. So a work situation or a situation that you're dealing with right now may be distracting you from going within. Because if you have a lot of stuff going on around you and you're finding it difficult to find those moments of peace, to find those moments of quiet, so you can really go in and really feel those emotions you're feeling and figure out why you're feeling those emotions and kind of come up with a plan, whether that is, okay, I am coming in from work and I'm grabbing a couple beers and I'm having a couple beers before I have dinner or before I go to bed, what is causing me to feel that way? What is causing me to feel like I need these couple beers, you know? And how would it feel if I only had one? Do I really need 3? Could I be doing something else that could keep me from having to drink so much every day? Because you think about that. That's 3 beers times a 5-day work week. That's 15. That's over 2 6-packs. That's 3 6-packs of beer. And beer is not cheap. You repeat that every single week, multiply that every single week. At the end of the year, that's a lot of money that could be going somewhere else. You know, if you can figure out why, what inside of you is causing you to feel like you need that in order to sleep at night, in order to be able to unwind, in order to be able to go in the next day and, you know, face whatever you're facing all over again. You know, maybe it's going to take, you know, a switching of occupations. Maybe this is too much for you. And I don't mean that as in you can't handle it. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying we all reach a point where what we do every single day eventually gets too much, because guess what? Not every day is supposed to be the same, regardless of what the media, regardless of what these so-called experts are telling you. Not every day is going to be the same. Trying to make every day the same, sticking with one thing forever, does not work. We are multidimensional. If we're multidimensional beings, then we are going to be seeing and experiencing the world differently every single day. It doesn't matter how much we try to make every day the same. That doesn't work. Because guess what? We're multidimensional. We are growing. We're constantly growing. Either mentally, spiritually, physically. Like, we're growing every single day. What worked yesterday is not going to work today. And maybe that's something as simple as the same way to work. You know, that same route to work. You know, maybe there's, you know, a semi truck turned over on the highway, blocking traffic. Guess what? You're gonna have to take a different way to work. Because guess what? The world around us is changing. We are changing. So the time where you find one job and you stick to it and you have that job for the rest of your life, you retire, that's gone. That's been gone for a long time. And let me tell you, and I can say this, if you are my age or younger and you're being told, oh, you need to find something and stick with it, and no. You need to find whatever works for you, and you need to do that for as long as it works for you, and then when it stops working for you, go find something else. If you're being told that, disregard completely, because that is wrong, because that is old energy. That is the old earth. That is past energy. There was a time where that was true, but guess what? We've all grown. The universe has gotten, or this planet has gotten older. The universe has changed. Energies have changed. It is no longer like that. So, do not be afraid of going outside of the norm, outside of your normal routine, outside of what you normally do, and do something different, because we are all experiencing this. We're all experiencing this reality differently, and we are all at different points in our journey, in our spiritual and physical journeys here on this planet right now. All right, so I feel like the universe is telling you, Spirit is telling you that you need to take new action. New action. Not only is the root of the situation you taking action, but the actions to take is, guess what? New action is coming. So it may require you to really look at the situation and think about what action you're going to take. Matter of fact, that's what it's going to take, especially in this situation, because you're going to have to go within. That's going to take a lot of self-discovery. But once you figure it out, you are going to unleash this confident energy that is so in touch with their emotions, that so in touch with their higher self, that you are going to be unstoppable. I mean, look at that. Look at that card. That guy is in full knight suit, and he has that cup. He's on a white horse. Like, wherever he's going, he's making a statement because he is confident in who he is. So this energy of going within is going to give you the confidence in the future to be able to do this. So that's always what happens when we learn stuff about ourselves. We just have this confidence that just bubbles up, because not only are we like, wow, I feel this way, I'm owning this, this is me. But that confidence that we have from successfully going within, finding out those truths, that is going to express outward to the world around us, and people are going to notice. But I really feel like right now you have a lot of indecision. You have a lot of indecision, because you know what you need to do, but you're not looking forward to it. It's also keeping you from being able to bear fruit in your life, whatever that fruit is, whether it's financial, whether it's spiritual, whether it's like personal, like relationship, yeah. It's gonna take a lot of going within, and there's a lot of indecision. But just know that you are divinely protected. At the end of the day, you are divinely protected. There's no reason for you to be weighing the situation. Shouldn't I go within? Because even if you're afraid to go within, because it's going to force you to face those demons, whatever those demons are, within you. The angels, your spirit guides, the universe, spirit, is not going to give you more than you can handle. It may not feel like that right now, but when all is said and done and you look back on this, you're gonna be like, Yeah, I freaked out. Yeah, I was super scared, but I made it through. I got through this. Like, yeah, all this stuff happened, but I was able to get through it. Like, the universe did not leave me hanging. Certain doors opened for me, and if those doors hadn't have opened, it could have gone really bad. That's what happens when you get some distance from these type of situations. And if it's going within, you may be afraid to face those thoughts, those emotions. And I'm saying this from experience. It is one of those things that if you don't go within, if you don't put yourself out there, you're going to be stuck in the same situation and it's not going to change. The universe likes it when we take it upon ourselves and take the first step. When we take that first step, then the universe is like, okay, I got you. You want to improve your situation. You want to improve yourself. You want to improve whatever you took the first step towards. The universe is like, I got you. But the universe is going to wait for you to take the first step. But it's going to ultimately lead to your own personal growth. All right, I'll stop yammering. And let's pull an energy oracle card. I just felt like someone needed to hear that message. It really made me want to share my experience with being in this type of situation, and then it turning out okay. And a lot of times we just need that reassurance from someone else, from another human being, that it's going to be okay. Like, you can do this and it's going to be okay. You can do this. Can I get an oracle card, an energy oracle card for this spread? Okay, this one popped out, the sun. Okay, so everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. The world, the universe has you. The universe has you. In this picture, it shows this woman, and she is in what I honestly think is the universe, but the universe has her, and like it's got her right in the middle, completely supported, and the sun is shining on her. So when we take that first step, when we take that chance, the universe is like, I got you. And that is good to know. That is good to know. Doesn't mean we don't take the first step without doing any work. We have to do the work. That's what the moon card's for. But universe, spirit is letting you know that it has you. It has you. Okay. Can I get an Keepers of the Light oracle card? What light worker would best assist us in this energy today? What light worker would best assist us in the energy of this spread? Mary Magdalene, Teacher Awakens. You have something important to share. follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. So Mary Magdalene is fully supporting you in this, okay? Because when we go through this situation, when we go within, when we face those demons, inside, not only is the universe going to fully support you, but it's going to fully support you because it has to do with a lesson. It has to do with a lesson. And guess what? When we learn lessons, we become teachers, and we can teach other people who are going through similar circumstances. So you may wonder, why am I going through this? Why am I going through this? Well, guess what? It's because the universe has a bigger plan for you right now than you can possibly imagine. We tend to put ourselves in these boxes, okay? And these boxes are not healthy. They're not healthy. When we get through a tough time and we share our experience of getting through that tough time, okay, we empower other people to get through their tough times. Whether or not their tough time, whether or not their demons, whether or not their shadows are the same as we're going through, the fact that we're able to share what we went through and be living proof that not only can you get through it, but you can get to the other side and you're perfectly fine. You made it through. You're actually better for it because you've learned the lesson you're supposed to learn, that the universe wanted you to learn in the first place. And that's going to make someone go, wow, if that person can do it, I can do it too. So, what animal oracle card, what spirit animal would best assist us in this energy today? So we have Mary Magdalene. As a light worker, we can connect with. What is a spirit animal oracle card that would best assist us in this energy? Such beautiful energy. Butterfly spirit. Transformation is beautiful. You're beautiful. You are loved. You are supported by this universe, by angels and spirit guides that you can't even see, You are divinely supported in this transformation you're going through right now, because this is a transformational energy, because you're going from this to this. That is a hell of a transformation, And butterfly spirit, that is so awesome, because it goes within. It creates a cocoon, okay? And in that cocoon, it grows, okay? In that darkness, in that shadow, it grows, okay, into a butterfly. And then once it's fully grown, it breaks out of that shadow and it becomes a beautiful butterfly. I mean, it goes from a worm, from a caterpillar, not the prettiest, animal or insect on this planet, to look at that. And that is something that you can do too. You can transform, okay? You can transform from where you are right now, which is probably not the best situation, which is not the best version of yourself. And when I say that, I don't mean in a physical way. I mean in an internal, emotional, spiritual way. Okay? And you're going to transform into this beautiful, beautiful energy, this beautiful soul that is able to flutter around, to fly around, to flit around, and show everybody that not only did you make it to the other side, but look how good I look afterward. And again, I do not mean this in a physical way. I mean this in like confidence, in knowing that you can do it. And that energy, people are going to notice. People are going to notice that butterfly spirit energy shining through. So let's pull one last card. Let's see what crystal energy would best assist you in this. Would best assist you in this situation. What crystal would best assist you in this situation? Malachite. Malachite is super transformational, if I can say that word. It's super transformational. And what a better stone to work with in a new year than a stone of transformation. So a lot of people are like, oh, well, isn't that moldavite? If you know crystals, you know moldavite is a stone transformation. It is. So is malachite. Malachite shows you things that you don't necessarily want to see, but they get revealed to you. The universe is, when you work with malachite, the universe is like, okay, you're ready to have some revelations, shown to you. So here we go. And it works in a way that exposes those imbalances in relationships and situations, those things that, again, we would rather not see, that are in the shadows. It puts those on full display. It's like, hey, that relationship that you're so proud of that you've had for the last 5 years? Guess what? It's not very good, because if you haven't noticed, this person has been cheating on you. And I'm not saying, this is not relationship advice, this is just an example, but I'm just saying, like, it will show you. And maybe it's not like physically cheating, maybe it's like they've been texting back and forth with different people, and you're like, well, why don't you, respond to my texts? Why don't we talk about this stuff? Well, that's because they've been emotionally cheating on you for the last 3 out of those 5 years. So, when you're working with transformational stones such as moldavite, such as malachite, be prepared for relationships to end. Be prepared for situations to end. But those are usually things that were unhealthy to begin with. You just didn't see them for what they really are. And so when it all starts, coming down around you, maybe like, I don't like this crystal. I don't like this crystal. I liked everything just to stay the same. Well, guess what? You are changing. You're not the same person you were 5 years ago. That person that you've been with for the last 5 years is not the same person that you were with 5 years ago. It's not the same person that they were 3 years ago. Energies change, circumstances change, situations change, emotions change. So we need to just know that, and know that transformation is inevitable. Because, okay, maybe after you work with malachite or moldavite, maybe you see that relationship for what it is. But guess what? Is it going to be any better if 6 months down the road that you find their phone unlocked and you just happen to glance over and there's a text that comes through, hey, aren't we going to meet today at blah blah blah, and you're like, how long has this been going on? So wouldn't it be better to know now than 6 months down the road when you thought everything was, hunky-dory? It's better to know now, because you can take proactive steps to change. You can go from just reacting to responding. So, and again, it's January, new year. Let's make it a great one. Let's make this be the most transformational year you've ever had. So do not be afraid to go within. Do not be afraid to work with new guides, okay? New teachers. Do not be afraid of that transformation. Know that you are fully supported by the universe, okay? And do not be afraid to work with crystals that you may have been afraid this past year to work with, because it's all going to end up for your good. It's going to give you spiritual growth and self-confidence. And yeah, that's the message today. Thank you guys so much. I know this is longer, but you know what? I haven't done one in a few days, so I felt like there was a lot to cover. I felt like there was a lot that needed to be communicated for it being a new year, for it being a year of new goals, new aspirations, new energy. So that's why this video is a little bit longer. Thank you guys so much. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and be sure to check out my crystal jewelry store at Conscious Crystal Life on Etsy. And thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. You guys are awesome. Love you guys. And you have an awesome day. Thank you so much. Much love and light.